around talking about you a potato because now I'm live. She over here. Y'all heard that new TikTok? I'm a potato. Did y'all
I'm
hear
a
that?
potato. I
Oh,
subscribe
I'm
to
a
that.
potato. Oh, do you know that one? Do it, Rose. Do it, Rose. Do it. Do it the whole thing. Real quick. Are you a tomato or are you a potato?
I'm a tomato.
She said I'm a tomato. I cannot. I cannot. I'm y'all are drooling. Is that the thing now to say? Drooling? Because we not.
Drawing. You're drawing.
Somebody told me the
heard
other
that term
day.
in a long time.
Yeah, I was about to say
I
we ain't
haven't
say
heard
that up
that in a
top.
I did
while.
not hear
We
that
don't
in a
say that no
long
more.
time.
Like
Yeah,
that's
I
old.
haven't heard that
Yeah,
one.
That's all.
that's
Yeah,
old
that's
news. Yeah, we
slow.
used to say that like
Somebody said that the other day under a post. So you know it's so funny because so we're live, guys. I want y'all to know. And so like the dude that was on Tuesday, he was like he made a post, a couple of posts or whatever about the Tuesday's episode, and then somebody had said something about drawing, and I was like, do people still say that? I don't know about drawing. And then I was saying Joan. Is that a PA
oh
term,
yeah,
Joan?
Joan. Yeah, Joan is
So
everything.
my homeboys from like I'm from Harlem. My homeboys and all my friends is from Harlem or whatever the case is. So he was like, sis, if you don't start acting like you from New York, it's gonna be an issue. Like, why you keep saying Joe? And I was like, oh, I didn't know that was like
It's a
a
PA
thing.
thing. Yeah, it's a PA thing. It's a Philly
Well, at
and
this point,
That's
now
really
we've
a
been on
Philly
this
thing.
the whole time we've been on this trip, they've been saying I'm from PA. So with that being said, let's get to work. Ow! I feel proud of myself. This is getting better and better each and every time, y'all. I cannot get this right. Everybody, I want to say welcome back to Hush Your Mouth. Thursday edition. We have a full panel. And with us today, we have some fresh faces. We have some all stars in the building. I know y'all can't see everybody's favorite toxic guy over there in the corner. Slick is in the building. So, ladies, say hello to Slick. Ladies, say hello. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to Rose. And you know what? I want to say hello to Rockwell.
Raquel.
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 Raquel. I don't know. Why can't I get it right?
Or just call me Rocky.
Can I call you Rocky? I got a
That's
cousin
fine.
named Rocky, so shout out to her. But
That's
I'm gonna
fine.
call you Rocky today.
Yeah.
Um, she's been in the comments, so I want to say thank you for joining the live and direct episode of Hush Your Mouth on the live, panel and the big screen or
No
whatever, and
problem.
straight out the comments. And I also want to welcome to the panel Quentin. Quentin, welcome to the building. Well, you're not really in the building. None of us are really in the building because the building is where I'm not even. But and y'all already know it's your boy Greg in the building. Welcome back. Welcome back. Am I muted? Why is Slick saying he's muted? You think me? Slick say he muted. Why he say he muted? Miss Slick, why you think he muted? Say something. Okay. Well, anyway, I I don't know why you think you're muted, sir.
You might have to unmute yourself.
Yeah,
You might have to unmute yourself. I also want to say hello to my Hush Your Mouth family in the comments, the people that's joining in. Y'all know we appreciate y'all each and every Tuesday and Thursday at 8:15 joining in on our topics. Tonight we have another live and direct episode. This one is a goodie. Tuesday, these past couple of episodes been goodies. They just been goodies in their own little way that I'm not really used to, but they're still goodies. It's good TV, all that good stuff. So tonight we got loyalty over love. My family hates my partner. What the hell made y'all want to be on this show? I hope y'all got some personal experiences for this. Because this is one of them things that your parent might disown your ass for. Like, yo, I'm crying. So real quick, I want to know how everybody's doing, how everybody's feeling about this episode.
Oh, we good.
I'm
We ready
good.
for it.
I'm feeling good.
Yeah, I kind of like this topic.
Okay, I like that energy. You ain't gonna be no cute mute. That's not cute. No shade, no shade. Yeah. So, question number one, let's jump right into it. Because I don't know what Trib is back here doing. If your family dislikes your partner, will that affect your relationship? And how do you deal with your partner or family conflict? So, really, this episode, before we just even start running off the top, the way I put up the synopsis of this episode was like, your family wants what's best for you, but do they really know what's best for you, or do you know what's best for you? Like, sometimes I think as adults, we all at one point in time or another have been in a space where either we probably weren't the ones that the family were approving of, or we had somebody that the family just didn't approve of. And with that being said, how did that really go? And would it change your outlook on life now? You know what I mean? There's a lot of people in the world who end up choosing loyalty to their partner over the love of their family, or vice versa. It can be either way. That's one of those things that I feel like can be either way. So I want to know, if your family dislikes your partner, will that affect your relationship? And how do you deal with your partner and family conflict?
I mean, we'd be lying to say that it's not going to have an effect on a relationship. But at the end of the day, my happiness is coming first. And at the end of the day, my family can't do what my man is going to do.
Woo!
So somebody's going to have to be okay. Somebody's going to have to get over it.
I feel like if it was like a new relationship, like something fresh, if my mom didn't like you, that may be one thing. But if my dad don't like you,
What's the difference for you? I never grew up having a dad. That's why I'm gonna ask, because I'm gonna only speak from like an aspect of how I'm coming. I want to know what's the difference between the mom and the dad. Like,
so
I think it's just more personal. Like my mom is just her, she's a picker, she's controlling. But my dad, he's the realest, he's the realest in it. And I respect and value his opinion and how he feels about things. So if he say you ain't the one for me, you ain't the one for me. Now if it was like my man, we're already like established, maybe living together, very serious, and my dad wasn't feeling him, it would probably be a little different. But if it's something new, if my dad say you gotta go, you gotta go.
I think it depends.
I mean, my situation is kind of simple. Yeah, my dad will meet the men that I'm dating before my mom will. Like, my mom is a traditional Jamaican woman. Like, she takes no SH. My dad, he's the cool, hood boogerish type. Like, I'm letting anybody meet him. I don't care. My mom, yeah. If she don't like you, it's going to be kind of difficult. But at the end of the day, like I said, if I got to go home and,
I don't know. I think it depends on the scenario and how they meet your partner. Different situations lead to different outcomes. So it depends. If it's a girl that my parents or someone happened to meet accidentally, like walking in on something, it's going to change the outlook of their opinion, and that's going to make a difference. Or if it's someone I present to them and say, this is my girl, this is who makes me happy. I think it matters differently on if they care or not, right?
right. Okay, so Quentin, what kind of stuff was your parents walk in on? Because what is going on? Like,
That's what I was like.
I preferably don't think. I don't care who don't like the woman I love. Like, I wouldn't. If my mother don't like her, she just don't like her. If my mother loves me, then she'll learn to love her. That's the way it's supposed to be. If your kids don't like the person that you love, let me explain to you how that works.
Oh no, you hate you. Wait.
Oh, okay. Well, back on it. Back on it. My mother and my father. You might not like anything about my life, but at the end of the day, it's a saying: when you love somebody, you love their choices. Even when they make mistakes, your job is just supposed to be there to support me through the bad times. It's nothing wrong with saying I told you so, but let's get to the point where you can tell me so. As you know, in the end, or fate versus the beginning of me leaving somebody and not wanting to deal with them because you just don't like them, or whatever the case may be.
I understand what he's saying. Let the relationship, if it's going to end, then you can say what you had to say. But while we're
Right.
together, kind of just mind your own. But that's kind of how my family is. Like, we'll meet each other's significant others, but we don't necessarily tell them how to love or who to love because that's not our job. Like, I don't necessarily agree with my twin sister's marriage all the time, but
I didn't even know you was a twin, bro.
there's a lot of stuff that
you're just now revealing this. Like, this is some weird shit. You've been on this panel for about 5 weeks now. I'm tired of this. Like, I don't know.
I'm an onion. There's different layers to this. There's definitely different layers to this. But yeah, like when I first met my twin's husband now, I did not like the boy. He was weird. He was different. He's not my cup of tea. He's not in my circle.
Right.
He don't roll the way that I roll. But I'm not the one to tell my twin how to love. And she's been with him for almost 20 years coming up. Like, it's just like they've been married for 10. So it's just like that's who they are. Like, I can't speak on that. So when I introduce my significant other or my female friends, they may have their saying and we may talk about it later, but they don't say anything in front of them, like where it's not like a competition, like, oh, now we don't like her, you gotta get her out of here. Like, we may have a family discussion later about my choices, who I'm with, am I happy, and then we keep it moving.
Okay, I feel that. I think, in my own opinion, like, I've definitely been on both sides of the fence. I've been the person that someone's family definitely disliked because I was outside, like, happy grandma outside. But and that we don't promote the we don't promote violence on Shema. But I was definitely slapping grandma outside. So they didn't like me. Because I was very straightforward and I wasn't taking no ish, as Rocky said her mom is. And I've also been on the side of the fence where my family hasn't liked someone. Mm-hmm. I don't know really like how I could say like that person still dealt with me until it was just no dealing with me. Their parents didn't, have a real say so, because you got to let your people go through what they go through, as Slick and Greg are saying. And as Rose is saying, but Rose is saying like, oh, my dad, I never.
But to be honest, I can kind of agree with the ladies because my dad is a very educated gangster. Like, he's very hood. He was a teacher for years, but don't mess with him. So it takes a while for him to warm up to somebody. My best friend, like my male best friend, who I've been friends with since '92, it took him like 5 years to talk to him. Like, it's just that's how.
Not 92 though. He's been around your whole life.
Me and my homies go back. Like, we go back from the 90s. Like, that's my circle. That's why I said my sister's boyfriend or husband, he wasn't in my circle, so I don't know it. But yeah, like my dad, if you can like get to my dad and make him talk, then I know that you're doing something, because my dad don't talk to nobody. Like, he don't really speak to nobody. So I heard this one female that I was talking to, she made him laugh one time. I was like, what the hell? Like I barely make this nigga laugh. So how you gonna make him laugh? But yeah, if you can get to my dad, that kind of shows me that you have like a different personality, because he don't really bang with everybody. My mom, she like me, she a people person. She kind of just stick to everybody. So yeah, if you can get to my dad, that's kind of showing me that you're actually putting in work.
See, yeah, I grew up a mama's boy, so I ain't gonna hold you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if my mom don't like you, she's a good read, but it depends on why she don't like you. So, and I ain't gonna lie, her track record is kind of spotless.
Shout out to Clinton's mom.
My mom don't like nobody.
That's what I was going to say. My mom could find a reason to not like you because of the way like, she just don't like the way that you walked into the room. You didn't ask her to plug up your charger in her socket. She don't like you. Now you're bad. You don't got no etiquette. You don't got nothing going on. You don't got no clues to you. She gonna make up all types of stuff about why she don't like you. But because of how I'm gonna respond, she's now gonna understand the seriousness of our relationship, because how I respond is going to determine how she continues to carry on. So I think that that's to deal with my mom. My mom is
That's where I'm at with it.
Yeah. So my
My
mom's
mom don't like nobody.
she don't even like her niggas sometimes. So it's like I don't even know how to take that. Like sis.
What's your mom's sign?
She's a
What's
Leo.
your mom's sign?
Oh God.
She's a Leo.
Oh.
Oh, right.
My mom's a Pisces.
So, you know, them people is a little different. Slick is a Leo as well. Sorry.
That's right.
A little different.
That's right. We are the shit.
See,
I didn't say that.
I was just gonna say today is shit. Oh my gosh. Like,
Didn't say that. Definitely didn't say that. But absolutely. So for everyone on this panel, the parent in itself, which parent decides, depending on which parent that has something to say will determine the outcome, maybe or maybe not for the person.
I mean, neither one of them are going to make my final decision. However, my mom's opinion weighs more than my dad's. And that's just because I go to her for everything. So how she looks or what she says about the relationship is going to weigh a little bit. But at the end of the day, I'm not making my decision based off of what neither one of them say.
Yeah, I'm not making a decision based off of what anybody else's opinion is either, because I'm a person, I'm super independent. I don't really give a damn about what you got to say. And I'm just going to do what I want to do regardless. Like, I'm very big on making my own decisions and choices because I don't want to have to blame you for the whys or the why not. You know what I mean? So I would rather you just keep your opinions to yourself and let me make my own decisions, because that's what's going to happen anyway. So we don't got to get into a riff and we don't got to discuss. Just keep your opinions to yourself. I'm a very fiery type of person though, so like I'm real headstrong.
So that's me as a family member. I'm gonna keep my opinions to myself.
Oh yeah, that's always.
If I don't like your partner, I'm gonna keep my opinions to yourself. You gotta go through.
No, I'm gonna tell you though. See, that's the difference. I'm gonna tell you. I'm not that's gonna tell you.
I'm definitely speaking.
I'm telling you, sis. I'm gonna be like, listen, I don't like this, that, and the third, but if you like it, I love it. But I'm gonna let you know that I see it. So you can't never say that nobody.
I'm gonna tell you one time. I'm gonna tell you one time. That's it.
I might tell you once, but I don't really bring it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you one time.
I don't want them coming at me about who I choose, because I haven't always made the best choices in the past. So it's like, if I can come at them, then they have a reason to come back at me. So, and I got two sisters. My older brother passed away, so I got two sisters, a twin and an older sister. So when they chop hard. Like they come swinging. So yeah, and then my parents is like, my dad don't really say too much, but he talks to my mom, and then my mom would give both of their opinions. So I'm just like,
oh, that's the sucky thing when the dad mom. Now your mom's got to say it, but that's because he must know that your mom has more like kind of control over you than he does. In a sense. You know what I mean? You're a mama's boy, so that's what that told me just now.
Yeah, for sure. That's my mom, for sure.
So what factors contribute to your decisions when faced with an ultimatum between your partner and your family? So like if your family say, listen, if you continue to deal with this person, then I'm no longer going to deal with you. How would that look at
I've had that happen. I've definitely had that happen. This young lady I was dealing with, she was very toxic for me. Like she brought out a different character in me, and my family saw that and they were like, you got to cut her off or we're going to have to cut you off. Like, we can't associate with you because you're a different person when you're around us because of her now. And once I left that relationship, I really saw how ignorant I became. I became very ignorant.
Hold on, Greg. Slick, I don't know what happened. We could hear your background. Sorry, Slick.
Sorry. Yeah, I just became a very ignorant person, like, in the way my mannerisms, the way I talk.
Was that when you was younger?
Yeah,
like you was young.
Yeah, I was like,
influenceable.
It was like mid-20s. Like,
see, I think that's different because I think your parents' opinion weighs more than because they see things that you ain't ready for yet.
Right.
But like, I'll be honest, I can't base all my decisions off my parents' opinions because they track record ain't perfect either, right? So they know what's toxic, but they might not know how to fix it or do what's right, but they just know what's bad. So I think that, depending on how old you are, that's going to impact the weight of their opinion. You know what I'm saying? So.
I agree.
I definitely agree. I was young, dumb, and full of cum.
Was it a bad? Wait. Now I got questions, Greg. Look, I'm skipping now. So was it a bad decision? Did it turn out to be what they said it was? Like,
yeah, it was that, but I was so hung up on what she looked like.
It was good, wasn't it?
Acted like
it was good, wasn't it?
Crazy. She was Puerto Rican. Oh my God, what man?
Oh, she was
good, boy. Just tell the truth. Just tell the truth.
It was too good to leave at that time. It was just too good to leave. Like,
right? You
no matter how toxic
it
was just like
Listen, you ain't the first. You ain't gonna be the last.
All this year.
If it's good, like, you'll deal with some toxic stuff. This is how
He's recapping this in his mind. Are y'all reading this interview?
Hey, you know, I got a photographic memory, so I remember a lot of stuff.
Shout out to her. It's 100 years later, and he's still thinking about you. Even a gunshot.
Yeah, but it wasn't just the sex though. It was also the relationship. Like I remember being ignorant as fuck, like really fucking ignorant to her. And you should never treat a woman like that. You should never like talk to her, degrade her, anything like that. And I stepped out of character. So that's what I remember more is like that person that I was, and I never want to be that again. Like ever again in life. So that was more the story than the sex. Sex was good, but it was more who I was and who I had to become like out of that situation.
So did your family say that they were no longer going to deal with you based on
no, because at that time I kind of saw what they saw, so I kind of fell back and like really started to see the bigger picture, and I was like goddamn, like that was probably the first woman that finessed the shit out of me, and that's all I was talking about. I've definitely been finessed before. Like I bought this girl a iPhone. I put it on my account, finesse. Like I was paying the bills, like I was that type of nigga. Like she was my girlfriend.
Why is paying bills a part of finesse? You know,
you
want to know why it's a part of finesse?
Discussion.
You want to know why it's a part of finesse? Because when I went to go visit her, right? She had moved out my house. She had moved the.
She lived with you? Wait, this got crazy real quick. This shit got real crazy real quick.
You might as well just let this one nosedive.
Bro, it was a nosedive. That's what I'm saying. It was a nosedive. She lived with me. I was paying all the bills. I let her drive my car when I was at work. Like she was like a nigga. Like and then I bought her phone, put her on my account. When I went to go, I moved her out. She had moved to York. I went to go see her one night. We chilling, having a good time, drinking, smoking, and we took a picture. And I went to go in her phone to send me the picture, and I saw a dick in the phone that wasn't mine. Like, yeah, on my phone.
Oh, shit.
Yo, that's the ultimate. Yo, I was done. So, if the homie probably trashed her.
I know this is a bad question.
Oh, don't ask.
I know this is a bad question.
Go ahead.
I gotta ask.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Go ahead.
Ask it.
No, I gotta ask this question. Was it a big dick? Was it a big dick?
No,
Did you compare it to yours? Because that's the really shit. I was like, how you pick that shit? Nigga, I'm a porn star. You got me shitting me. Yo, I'm out. I left, took my phone. Oh, shit. I fucked up. I fucked up.
So you pick little dick.
No, y'all are drolling.
Overall, this fuck. She was stupid.
Are we 7 minutes in?
Guess what? She was hitting me up like 2 years later trying to come back to fuck. Nah, we good.
I'm good.
Go ahead, bro. We good.
Congratulations.
You fuck the nigga with the mole.
What you look like.
I'm not fucking you. You fuck the nigga with the mole.
Yeah, I'm good. Fuck all that. That's what I said. The ultimate finesse. That's when I changed my mindset. That's when I changed the way I approach women. The way
Did you get the phone back?
Women. Huh?
Did you get the phone back?
Yeah,
hell no, you didn't want that shit back.
No, y'all OD, and y'all could have left her with the phone because you supposed to be better than that.
Oh no, I agree. I disagree with that.
Nope.
I would have got the phone.
To me, leaving the To me, leaving the phone just means that there's many more phones where this come from, and I'm just not even tripping about that. That's petty to take the phone because that probably was her only source of like
I
outside
threw that
content.
shit out the window on the way back to Harrisburg. I don't give a fuck.
I don't know. That's just me. I don't care. I'm not that petty.
Fucking frisbee that shit.
You better get another
You do
story.
it outside anyway. Let her keep it.
It was my money. I don't give a
Cut the line off, but let her
Cut
keep
that
the
line
phone.
and threw that shit. Yep. Called him next day. Oh, that phone was stolen. Can you cut the line? Thank you.
Yeah.
You got me chopped.
Damn.
All right. What about anybody else? Hey.
I'm telling you, that's why I changed.
So just a small disclaimer. I have never been like in a situation where I was not liked or had a partner that was not liked.
Oh shit.
Ever. I'm very likable, and if we're in a relationship, I'm kind of going to take my time, and already know where my family's going to stand on that. But I have been the family member that has given an ultimatum. Like, yo, I'm not fucking with you.
Oh wow.
I fucked up.
I know.
It needed to be done. It was
why do you feel, Rose, that it needed to be done?
Because as like from a family member standpoint, like I can't sit here and watch you go down the path you're going down. You're losing everything you have. Nobody fucks with you, your entire family, like, and it's all because of this nigga and the things that this nigga does to you, the things that you decide to put up with. And I don't want to watch you do that. I don't want to watch you become a whole different person. I don't want to watch you lose everything. So get it together, or
just support me. Just support me. Be my support system.
She sounds like my sister.
Let me
but
learn.
In the beginning, it was support. But after a point in time, there's only so much support I have to give you. I'm not going to repeat.
Okay.
Repeat. We're not doing that. You too damn old.
Okay.
We're not doing that.
But now, let me ask you a question, because this is something that I love to ask. Because I mainly like to ask women this question, because it's amazing some of the things that we tell people to do when they're in a relationship, and we won't do them ourselves. Like, so a lot of times women don't have conversation with each other. Girl, your nigga ain't shit. You need to leave him. But then when they man ain't shit, they don't leave him, and that shit causes conflict in the friendship.
True.
There's a lot of conflict in the friendship.
For me, I've never been that person to be like, leave your nigga, leave your nigga, leave your nigga. So if I do say that, if I get to the point where I'm telling you, you need to leave that nigga, then bitch, you need to leave.
But maybe he might change tomorrow.
No.
I disagree a little bit because I don't think that just because you say that you need to leave. So I've definitely, again, I've been on both sides of the fence. I've definitely people that didn't approve of me, and I've definitely had people that didn't approve of somebody that I was dating. And again, like, so one incident specifically that sticks out to me when it comes to this topic is my sister. My sister is very like important in my life. And so like she didn't like my baby dad, and she didn't like the things that was happening between my baby dad and I. And she like separated herself from me. And that's when I knew shit was real. She said it a few times, but when she separated herself from me, I was like, oh wow. But did it stop me from dealing with him? No, I didn't stop dealing with him until I was ready to stop dealing with him. You won't always be my sister. You get what I'm saying? Like, you won't always be my family member. That's never going to change. So I'm not going to switch up on what I want to do and how I want to do it because you feel some type of way about it. Like, I love you, but I love this and what I got going on right here. So this is just what it is. And I was going good, right, wrong, or indifferent. I was going to defend my decisions at all costs. So I think it was just one of those type of things. But
okay, so when I said what I said, I was kind of saying it more so from an experience point. You get what I'm saying? But at the same time, it was like I said, I've only ever had this situation with one person. I've never been that person to be like, leave your nigga, leave your nigga. That's not me. I'm gonna keep my opinions to myself, like I said before. But this particular situation, it was actually to the point where like I feared for this person's life. You get what I'm saying? It's not just.
Okay.
It's not just like.
Okay, so this is
You need to
abuse.
leave him.
Yeah,
All right,
He
this
needs
is
no
abuse.
this is different.
Or
It's-
like, yeah, like you need to leave.
Yeah, that's
You get
different.
what I'm
That's
saying?
different.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's different.
Maybe more so, I should say it's not really an opinion. It's a fact at that point.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, no, that's something different though.
Right.
That's
I mean, but my
something different. That is
situation was abuse too at the time, and it was domestic violence on a regular basis. However, I didn't choose
And you ain't
to leave it. I wasn't choosing to leave it. So for you to sit here and say, "Oh, like you can sit here and make your decision saying, I'm not going to watch you go down this path. I don't want to be a part of this." I'm going to respect that. I'm not even going to bring this person around you for real. But that's not going to change the way that I deal with the person until I'm ready. And that's the thing that people got to, I think, understand. Like, a lot of times, your family members be feeling a certain type of way about some shit that's going on in your relationship or that you're dealing with. And it's not going to never end until you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. And when you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, that's when it's going to be over. Your opinion or you saying that you're giving me no, I'd rather you be there for me during those times. Somebody that I could call on, somebody that I could speak to. You know what I mean?
No, I'm not going to be that person.
Yeah, when it comes,
I'm not going to.
My friends already know. Don't even dial my telephone number. Like, because I can't. Like, if you're going to tell me this nigga's beating your ass, you might as well be prepared for me to beat his ass. Like, no,
exactly.
I can't. No.
Now, don't get me. When it's to the point where I'm saying I'm not going to be that person, then it's a different ballgame. I've always been there. I've always been that type of person. If I'm telling you I'm not going to be there for this, I don't want nothing to do with this. Y'all done took it too fucking far.
right.
Period.
I can't.
I can understand that.
Okay.
My friends already know I'm not wrapped too tight when it comes to certain shit. So do not. You gonna put me in a predicament.
Okay, so you the type of person that I don't need to call you unless it's really guns a-blazing. I'm ready for it to be the shootout. I'm gonna call you.
And that thing is on me. So call me. That thing is on me, so definitely call me.
Put your hands on me, you're going to jail.
They can call the cops for you. I just want you to know who's that type of guy.
Yo, drive right to the precinct with you in the car right after you hit me too. Act like everything okay. I'm pulling right up to the precinct. Yep, she did this shit. Her in the car.
Someone in the comments said, "Say it on a shirt said, a mother should always love who their daughter or son loves, especially if you're married to them. Just stay out my life. If you disagree, this is my life and I make my own decisions. So let it be."
I mean,
exactly.
If it's a marriage, I agree. If they are married, stay out their fucking business.
And you already had your time to instill all the values and things that you principles and the way you wanted them to be. That's what the first 18 years are for. So now you don't miss that opportunity. Don't come in trying to say
I'm grown.
Right, you don't miss the bus.
I don't believe that. I just don't believe that whole 18 thing. Like, cause my parents, I'm 30. My parents still,
So
they still got it. They still have a stick.
So they're still parenting.
They still metal. Like they still telling you who you should date.
No.
Oh.
No,
I've never had alone for a long time.
Yeah, no. Not meddling, but I told you guys I never really had. I never really had a partner that my family didn't like, and I've never been the partner that.
So real quick, hypothetically speaking, at your age now,
everybody loves me. Everybody loves me.
But at your age now, if you did have a partner that they didn't like, how heavy would their opinion weigh? Because you seem like you really value the opinion of your parents, which is a beautiful thing.
I do value it, but it wouldn't necessarily. Like I said, if we were in the beginning stages, you gotta go if my dad don't like it. But if we're like deep, serious, then nobody's opinion is gonna matter. Nobody. But me. Maybe.
Well, I was gonna ask you something different. You said You said you never had you never brought nobody around that your parents didn't like, right?
Yes.
Okay. You married right now, or you with somebody now?
I'm with somebody, but I'm not
Huh?
married. I'm with somebody, but I'm
Okay.
not married.
Do they? Oh, okay. I was about to say, if you wasn't, I was about to say, well, maybe you might need to choose the one that they don't like. 'Cause somebody is, you know, everybody like everybody. That ain't a good sign. Because
But I
you
told
might
you,
be
but I
picking the
told you,
wrong one.
Casey, I said earlier, if we are actually in a relationship, I took my time with that. You get what I'm saying?
Right,
I
right.
took my time. I thought about all the possibilities already.
Right.
I'm like, I'm
Well,
just
I mean,
reading the
shit.
comments.
I, I'm a hopeless love, so don't worry about it. I don't care who my parents don't like.
He said, I like you anyway. Toxic, beating on me. I'm just going to take you to the precinct. It's all good in the hood. He said, it's
Damn
cool.
right. Damn right.
He
Drop
said,
you
they
right
don't
off.
matter. Nah, but for real, like your parents can never do what your person is doing for you. So at the end of the day, I think you should
I'm
always choose your
telling you.
own happiness over the opinions of any and everybody else. Like I'm never choosing because my parents don't agree and they're trying to stop or protect me from getting hurt. I'm a grown ass woman. I'm going to make my own decisions. Period. Like it's
Damn
just
right.
not.
Period.
Like,
Because if a
I
nigga
let
would have ever told me his family didn't like me, I'd be like, nigga, do they keep you warm at night? Do they do
Period.
what I do?
Hello.
Right.
Do
They got
they do what I do?
Hello.
Okay.
Like, hello.
Okay.
Is this thing on? Hello.
yeah. Parents don't gotta live with that person. Right? They don't gotta live with that decision.
I'm telling you.
Mhm.
Word up.
Yo, why I always gotta say something? You know I got
You
my.
be saying some wild shit on here, bro. I'm not even
You
gonna
know
lie. They not
I,
lying in the comments.
I just got some sayings with me.
You do, but I was. They said young dumb for the cum. Like, what's going on? Dollar dick. Oh man,
Yo,
Case select. What's popping, girl?
real shit.
Okay,
You know.
I'm just going through the comments, guys. So we're just gonna go through this. So let me see. Shaking my head. We all make mistakes. Life's an experiment. We win and we lose as long as we learn from our misfortunes.
Say.
Absolutely. It's
Yep.
very much so important to learn from your misfortunes. Like you gotta, and this is the thing that parents and family members gotta understand as well. I'm gonna date who I'm gonna date, but you can't save me from every mishap that happens. You know what I mean? Like I gotta be able to. This might be a learning experience for me. This is gonna teach me about what I don't want to accept later on in the long run. You know, now if you like 52 and you're still making the same mistakes, like sis, what's going on? Now I don't want my old ass auntie like doing this type of stuff. Like I just don't want that to be the case. But that's just my
Mm.
It's
opinion.
so crazy because I just had this conversation with my dad, probably about a week or two ago, right? So we're just talking because that's me and my dad's relationship. We just busted up. And I'm telling him certain things and he kind of made a comment and he was like, you know what I mean? Like, if I was your nigga, I would have been left you. And it was just like,
Ah,
bro, he did. He said
damn it.
that. And but I had
Damn.
to break it down for him. Like, we as women, we're not in your day. Like, we're not that. We don't gotta put up with the shit that your mom and your grandma and shit, even your wife, put up with. We don't gotta do that
Damn.
at all.
I guess that's
Mm-hmm.
why so many unmarried women out here
Lady, you
and
damn right.
single. Yeah,
He
I'm gonna
took
have
it
to
to
start putting
unmarried
up with
woman and
some.
single woman. How did we get here?
That's what I said. No, she said she said like she told her
But
dad,
my dad,
we not the women from your time. We don't have to put up with your shit. I mean, I think that's probably why it's so many single women. They don't want to put up with our shit, I guess. You know what I'm saying? And
well,
unmarried, single.
I
You got
guess
to put up with
a
some
lot
shit to
of
be married. Um,
Right.
I was saying that to say like a lot of our parents don't really understand the
uh
dynamic
huh.
of today's relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Different
You know,
yeah.
so when they make their decisions or oh, I don't like your partner, I don't like your partner, they kind of really don't understand the
Right.
dynamic of today's relationship.
Yeah.
What about the dynamic do
And
you
you
feel
know
has
what? You can't even
changed?
expect them to.
Oh, a lot.
Like what? Like what do you feel like?
Yeah, this shit
Because
is horrible.
no, dating is hard, definitely horrible.
Our
2019
grandmoms and our
This shit is
moms, they put
horrible.
up with a lot of things that they didn't have to put up with.
So
Just
you
to say they were married or just to say
They
they
don't
had a
even. They,
leader. We're not doing that in today's day and age.
you're not
Sorry,
doing
we're
that.
not.
So how do you know other women aren't
well,
doing
t-
that?
I'm not.
well,
Well, okay, so let me
today's
say
right.
I'm
Hold on.
not.
Today's women.
I
So
speak,
listen.
I
Hold on,
speak
wait a minute.
Today's
Hold
I
on,
relationships are
speak
wait a minute.
horrible.
Wait a minute. Hold
I
on.
speak
Okay.
for.
Quentin asked a real good question. He said you're not doing that, but how do you know that women are not doing that?
Okay, I was getting there. I speak for the women that are not doing it.
Obviously.
That's it.
Uh,
I speak for all of us.
obviously. Yeah, but today's relationships are horrible. The women today are watching Love and Hip Hop and think that's what a relationship is. They don't even have
But
real
the men
R&B
are
music to love
too.
somebody to.
No, 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 no,
It's
no, no,
Whoa,
no.
whoa,
hold on.
wait,
It's a double
I'm not
standard.
saying I'm
We're
not
being
blaming
the
it.
double standards here.
I'm not blaming it. Hold on. I'm not blaming it on just the women. I'm just saying that your response was coming as a woman. When you gave your response to your dad, it was as a woman, right? You said, well, women today aren't putting up with the shit. So my response is because you made it about the women. What I'm saying is a lot of women today don't know how to love. They don't even know what a real relationship is. They think the only thing that's supposed to be in a relationship is someone is supposed to be taking care of them, or someone is supposed to be doing for them. Or if you can't do for them, then they don't want to be with you. So I'm not speaking saying this is how you think. I'm just saying today's relationships are not
Based
good.
on
It's hard to bring somebody home to anybody for them to judge.
It's hard to even get to that point, is what he's saying. He said, I don't even want to bring you bitches
Right.
home.
Word, like real shit.
no, he's
You might
speaking
come home
truth.
and say
Like
some
you,
dumb shit.
he's speaking truth. There's definitely a
Well,
lot of women
sometimes we
that
don't want to bring you niggas home.
But
Sometimes
I think
don't give a fuck.
I was about to
We
say
understand
because
that.
a
We
lot of
understand
times
that.
these niggas
That's
are not
sometimes easier
white
for
people.
me. Like for real, if I know that I just want to fuck, I don't want to meet your family.
Right.
Wait.
So why would you meet her
with
family
that.
though? Okay. So if you don't want to meet her family, why would you meet her family?
That's
Right.
a good
At this point, we're
Because
talking
she's
meet and
dragging you to
family.
them.
We're
Nah.
talking meet and family.
Because she's
We're
dragging.
talking
It might be a
Because
flush
she's dragging you
situation,
to
though.
them.
Ain't
It
dragging
might
you
be a
nowhere.
force. Yeah.
Because
Sometimes it is
let
a
me
forced
hold on. Let me
situation.
say
It
it.
might be a
Hold on.
forced
Let me say it like
situation.
this. Let me say it like this. Most men don't even want to go meet a family. To be honest, most men don't want to go meet your mother and father. Especially, I'm talking about within the first year. Most men don't want to meet your family, and I'm just being honest. Yes, a year.
Oh,
In
wait.
the first
Oh,
year, a man, yeah, a lot of men, because
A year is
hold
way
on.
too long.
A lot of men, it's really not because he might not know if he want to be there. Most of the time, women know that they want to be with the man that they met, but the man
If
don't be
my
knowing
dad
if he
don't
wants to
meet
be
you
with this
here,
woman or not.
A
Huh?
year? That's dragging it.
if my dad don't meet you with them,
Now
if
y'all
my
dragging.
dad know
Why
about
would you be bringing?
Yeah.
Hold
There
on,
you
hold
go.
on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Why would you be
Dragging.
bringing? Hold on. Why would you be bringing somebody home in less than a year anyway? Think about this.
What?
You don't even get.
The
You
real
don't even
them.
get a paid vacation from your job. Hold on. You don't even get a paid vacation from your job in less than a year. So why would you be wanting to bring somebody that you plan on spending the rest of your life
My
with
family
home within a
is
year?
too close knit.
Okay, so first of all,
I'm
first of all, wait. In my first year of my relationship, my current relationship, we determined that we're going to be together forever in my first year of my relationship. So,
Right.
of course you were. So, I think
I
that
feel like
sometimes those type of things happen. Like,
I feel like he's never
That's
met
cool
somebody
when y'all
that he knows. Oh, I want to be with in a
Yeah,
year
what
because
type of
you know when you meet
I
somebody,
just think he's honest
you
with it.
know if you want to be with
what type
them.
of bitches you talking to? Because I
Hold
know
up, hold
what type
Yeah,
of
up,
when
bitch
you
you be
meet
hold up,
talking
somebody
hold up,
within
hold
the
up,
first couple months,
hold
you
up.
know. Oh yeah, I want to be with
Let
this
me say
person.
this.
No, I don't want to be with this person.
No. See, that's a woman's thought. That's a
Yo,
woman's thought. Men don't think like that. That's a woman.
Men definitely
where a
think like
woman
that.
says, "Oh, I want to be."
I don't think like that.
No. Listen to me. Listen to
That's
me.
men
Men don't
that
think like
think
that, love. That's the reason why. That's the reason why there's so many failed relationships. Because what happens is women will meet a dude, and everything about him is special and sweet. She don't know nothing about this nigga, and she want to bring her home to her family and let him meet people. And watch, this is what happens. You don't know this nigga. You don't know this nigga criminal background. Nothing about him. You don't know nothing about him. All you know is his name. You barely know where he lives.
But 1 year?
A man's background is a man's background information
that should be your limit.
public information. A man's background is public information. You can find out whatever you want to know about a nigga on Google at this point, at this day and age. You can find out whatever the fuck you want to know. His felonies, what he say at, all that.
Somebody that knows him.
It's only public information if he. It's only public information if he told you the real information. He might not have told you his real shit. You don't know nothing about him. You don't see all these stories that go on. All these women meeting these men getting kidnapped and shit. What?
Okay, but let me say this. So what?
No, you
don't.
How you pull a caper like
what
that?
About the men? What about the men that want to bring you home before you're ready? It's not always the female.
Yes, and that's.
Oh yeah, there's definitely
what?
like that.
That's truly what a woman should wait for. That's truly what a woman should
Okay,
wait for.
wait a minute. Okay.
A woman should wait for the man to bring her home to his family before she introduces him to her family.
No, I don't 100%.
Wait. I'm sorry, guys.
I can see that for sure.
I just want to know, Slick, what's the time frame?
I'm just saying, look, you see how you said when you met yours, y'all agreed that y'all was in a relationship, y'all wanted to be together forever. Cool.
Well, we had a friendship. We had established friendship before we decided to be in a relationship.
And that's what that first year is for.
Look, right, but that's a conversation that was had. In that conversation, y'all both let each other know that, you know what, this is what it is. Cool. I don't care what the time frame is for that. But most of the time, women want to invite you to some shit, and their family is there. And y'all didn't even have a conversation on whether we're gonna be together or not. Like, oh, yo, you should come to my we having a barbecue. Me and my people's having a barbecue. You get there, her mother there, grandmother there, great grandmother there, grandkids, aunts, uncles. Now you gotta sit there.
Well, did you bring a dish, nigga? Did you bring a dish with you? Because my family not gonna like you when you bring no dish.
We ain't know. We know
I ain't bring shit.
I think it's weird for a nigga to walk into that.
You said your people.
I've been in that situation. Like, I was talking to a girl and we had just went on one date, literally one date, and then the next weekend she invited me to a cookout. So I'm thinking I'm going around like people our age. It was her kids, her family, they kids. Like, it was a whole family gathering. I'm like, and then she got mad at me when she found out I was talking to other women. I didn't even know we was talking like that. Like,
right, bitch, what you was you're right. I didn't even know this shit was serious.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I ain't even smashed. Like,
hold on, I can't hear Quentin. Quentin is trying to say something.
No, I said is like, y'all can't pick up on them type of women or them type of dudes, like them hopeless loves. It's just like, oh man, I'm about to meet this chick's family. Listen, I already know what time it is. So like, if I meet you and I pick up on you like you're gonna fall hard and we gonna be boyfriend and girlfriend in a week or two. Listen, I already know my exit strategy. I already know what's going on.
What's your exit strategy? I want to hear more.
That's weird.
Huh?
You have an exit strategy. Do you think the fact that he got an exit strategy is weird?
Absolutely. Listen.
No. I think the hopeless romantic fall in love with everybody. I think that's weird.
It is weird. It's really weird. But
I definitely think that's weird. But I think that going into a situation and having a little bit of an exit strategy already is like, why are you talking to this person that you already picked up on the vibes that they're hopeless romantic.
Because like we were saying, we don't know if you're crazy. We don't know if it's gonna work out. We don't know how it's gonna be.
Right, you don't know. You need time.
So I gotta have an exit strategy. I can't. It gotta be. My life still gotta go on. I can't have a clinger, or I can't have family look for. There's all types of stuff that go on. So I ain't trying to have no parts of it.
That's careful. Yeah. Gotta be careful. Gotta move correctly.
You gotta be able to pick up on people's personalities. Like, if I go to a barbecue, listen, at first I might be intimidated, but on some real shit, you let me into all your secrets. Now I can read all this stuff. I get to see your family, how they act. Oh no, I ain't gonna be a part of this family. Or all right, they cool.
I'm not gonna be a part of this family.
Like we said, I get to look at I get to look at your mother and see what you're gonna look like when you get older.
Let me tell you.
I don't know how I want to be with
Let me see what I'm stepping into for the next decade.
Right. Let me see what you're gonna look like in 20 years. Oh hell no! I don't know if I can deal with that for the rest of my life. I'm just saying the point. Nah, I'm just saying the point I was making was it'll be more successful. It would be more successful relationships, and it would be less stress for women if women actually let the man take you to meet his family first. Because if he take you to meet his family, then he's telling you that he's serious.
But I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true, and I'm gonna tell you why I don't think that's true. Because I definitely know. Okay, so first of all, I had a brother, and I've definitely dated men that have taken women that they weren't necessarily serious with to meet their parents. That's not true. So you can't go based off of that.
Right, but hold on. But what you think? Let's just do the probability of what you think is more likely or less likely to happen. If a man takes a woman around his family, do you think it's more likely they're going to be together versus a woman taking a man around her family and her looking crazy because in 6 months they not together, now she with another dude? Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying
I'm the type of woman that cherishes my family and is very family oriented, and I don't normally bring people around my family, and I bring you around, you should feel very, very like important and special, because I've now introduced you to a part of me that everybody doesn't necessarily get. So it's the same thing for a guy, right? I think he should know that. We're gonna know that because I treat niggas like they treat bitches. So I don't play that type of shit. Like, you're not meeting my kids. I'm sticking you out before they wake up. I'm that type of girl. He might
not know that unless there was a conversation in place that let him know that. Sometimes with most of these relationships and situations, there don't be conversations in place. It just be, yo, what's up? Oh, we doing this. Come over here. Then you get there, and I'm telling you, like, it pops up on you, and you be like, oh shit. Like, who's all these people? Nigga face be tight when the pops be like,
if I'm not offering you breakfast the next day, then you know that we not on that type of time. You're not meeting my family. You're not meeting my children. I'm trying to kick you out before the sun come up. So at the end of the day, you kind of know that I don't want to have nothing serious with you from that alone.
Right. Nah, I dig it, because I don't bring everybody around my family. But if I do bring you around my family, that's me letting you know that, yo, this is real. Now it's all about how you accept it. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I just think that most women should wait for men to do that, because truly, women fall in love fast, but men fall in love faster.
Ooh, that's a new one.
He's not lying.
Men. I know. I don't be wanting to tell. I don't be wanting to tell all our secrets, but
I know, bro. I
gotta let it out when the conversation gets deep. You know what I'm saying? But men, see, it's a regression thing for men. That's why I say you should wait for a man to take you home to his family, because that's more of him saying, like, all right, I want to be here. I think we can make this happen. Because mama, a man's mom don't want to meet every female. I'm telling you now. My mother done called me a hoe in front of girls. My mother done said, oh, another one, you fucking hoe. Like, you understand what I'm
But
saying?
but the whole point is that she met another one though. She didn't like. She could call you a hoe. That's just her knowing who her son is. She could call you a hoe,
No,
but
but
the
she
whole
said
point
it.
is
She said it in front of the girl though. She was
it
saying it
doesn't
right
matter.
there.
She knew that girl was gonna like you regardless. She knows her son.
Yeah,
She wasn't
no,
nothing for you.
No, but she was letting that girl know, like, my son ain't shit. You need to stop fucking with him.
No,
But
she could have
your
just said
mom-
that though. She could have just said
Your
that.
mom, yeah, but your mom won't do. That's what I'm saying. Like a man's mom, when you
I'm
bring a
that
girl
mom.
home to a mom, like they
I'm that
don't
mom.
do that. Like they gonna let you know right then and there, like, yo, my son ain't shit or
No,
he's shit.
I'm
You
giving
know,
it up.
mama might say, oh, another one. You know what I'm
No.
saying? Like, so you are the. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a difference. It's just a difference when a man brings a woman home versus a woman bringing a man home. You know what I'm saying? And then you don't want to look bad as a woman. Now you done brought two dudes home in less than a year, and now think about that. And you bring a dude to the crib in 3 months, and the shit don't work out, and now you meet another dude in 3-4 months, and you bring him to the crib in less than a year, and the shit don't work out. Now your pop's gonna be looking at you like you crazy. What the fuck you got going on?
Rose, how would your dad respond to a scenario like that? What would he say? What would your dad?
My dad gonna keep his motherfucking mouth shut.
See?
He know I'm my daddy's daughter.
He's gonna be looking at you crazy.
Yeah, my family.
Yo, babe, what you doing? You running a brothel over here? Yeah, nah. That's why you can't do that. That's why I think a woman should really, honestly, I think a woman should wait till the conversation is had, or she should wait for at least a year because you don't know what you're bringing home. You don't know. Listen, I'm going to say this just in case women don't know. All niggas lie in the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but you know what you got to. All niggas lie in the beginning. So you might not even know this nigga true story until 6 months.
That's true. I definitely dated a whole lot for almost like a year. I did that one time.
I don't know if it's because I'm from.
Not like the FBI.
I'm from Europe. It's small here. It's small here. It take a lot to pull the fucking wool over my fucking eyes. You can't lie to me for fucking 3, 4, a day or 2 maybe, but you can't lie to me that fucking long.
Not if that dick good, because if that dick good, he can tell you that the fucking sky is black, and you're gonna be like, what the fuck? Man, this shit. Man, every time I ever heard that shit, some good, man, good dick.
No.
Oh, his shit.
Niggas think good dick hot a lot. That's your ego.
Can have a nigga story when you coming back tomorrow. Come on, man.
No.
Nah.
Yes,
it do. Yes, it do.
Listen,
You can't tell me. Listen.
But it lets you get away with a lot of shit.
Hold on, Slick. I want to hear Quentin real quick.
Go ahead.
I just said it might not hide nothing, but it lets you get away and slide with a lot of shit that you normally wouldn't.
A lot of shit. Yeah, come on.
Like,
that's what I'm saying. She'll ignore it, but lie, no.
Yeah.
She choosing to put up with the shit. Because the
dick. She's putting up with it.
Because it's good dick. That's right. Good dick. I don't give a fuck what woman you ask a story. Ask her what's the worst time. Yo, what nigga you fucked with that made you feel really stupid? Bet you by the time you get to the second question, she gonna be like, man, the dick was good. Right. That's it. Come on. We know how this shit go. Like, what the fuck? What are we talking about here? Come on, man.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah, good dick be fucking shit up. Come on, man. We gonna try to say
Okay. So we're a little off topic because we're talking about good dick, bringing people. We got a little off topic, guys.
My bad.
No, it's okay. I love it. I love to see it. I love to hear it. But how important is it for your in-laws to like you? Why or why not? So like Rose, you said that you've been with your person for a while, right? And like what if their parents didn't like you?
Off and on.
Okay.
But off and on. So we broke up once, and actually the reason we broke up before was because I thought that his mom didn't like me. I'm just being honest. And if they see this motherfucking podcast, they gonna fucking know. But turns out they loved me. But yeah, I thought she didn't like me. She like made like a weird comment this one time, and in my head I was kind of like, I'm gonna just cut this loose before I gotta do something. You know what I mean? And the whole time it kind of really wasn't that. I just took it wrong. But like I said, I've never been with somebody whose parents or family didn't like me, and I think that I really would care about that. Like if I felt like your family didn't like me, I wouldn't really respond well to that, because I want my family to like my partner. I want to do family things. Like I want it to be my family, your family. We're doing all this, and we can't do that if your mom don't like me. Or if it's one of them situations
you just don't invite your mom.
But you can fake it. How often you got?
We can do it. We just don't invite your fucking mom. You can't come. You don't like me.
I don't give a fuck who it is.
Listen, if I don't like let's say I ain't like my in-laws, right? But I only see them twice a year. I treat it like a job. I can be professional. I'll be professional for 2 events a year.
Listen,
I want my in-laws to like me.
I was with my child's mother for 6 years, and I knew her family didn't like me. I don't give a fuck. But
why would they not like you? Come on, you're like everybody's favorite educator.
Not everybody likes a black outspoken man. Like they don't fuck with that.
Or a black outspoken woman.
Yeah, like they don't bang with that. So I speak my piece and I do how I do. I live my life, and I didn't let my child stop living my life. I'm still gonna be there to take care of my child, but I can live life. I can have fun. I can go out. Like you're still supposed to live life even though you had a child. Like you can't stop living. So I don't think they like that aspect of me. Like I still have to promote parties. I still have to be there. I still gotta go to the different college campuses. I still have to live my life at that time. So they didn't like how I was living. But I dealt with it because I thought that I wanted to be with her. But after a while, it was just like there was 2 years where one time I went into her stepdad's house, her mom and stepdad's house. And I said hi to him, and he didn't speak back, and I never walked through.
She didn't address them. She should have addressed them.
Yeah, excuse me.
I wouldn't accept that. I wouldn't accept that.
I'm real big on
her family gave her an ultimatum about us because they didn't like me. So it was like either you're going to be with him or we're going to cut you off. And honestly,
biracial relationship.
Yep.
Nah, go figure.
Yep. You already fucking know.
Those hit a little different. I never did it, but they do.
So Italian, Croatian.
Oh, you was done. You all right? What you even go meet the parents for? You should have known better.
That was a forced relationship.
You was learning. All right,
I was 25, so young and full of cum. So.
I mean,
for me, I think now in my older age, I kind of care if my in-laws like me because I just don't want a relationship that's like hard, right? Yeah. Like I want it to be easy flowing, easy going. I don't want the tension. I don't want it to be weird vibes when I'm in the room. That shit is odd. Like I just don't got time for odd energy and shit. Like I don't want to have to I'm not willing to work hard for your parents to like me. Like either you like me or you don't like me.
It's so tiring.
It's tiring. Like I don't have that type of time or that type of energy. So I don't really care. But also as long as my person understands like what we got going on here don't got nothing to do with your parents. Like I don't know. So but when I was young, I definitely did not give 2 fucks if your parents didn't like me or not. Like I just didn't. Like we fucking with each other or we not fucking with each other. Like what we doing here? So I don't know. I think I'm just a little bit of a different type of woman in a sense in that aspect. Like I don't really care about like is your mom fucking you? Can she fuck you? The way I'm
now I really wouldn't care, but back then definitely.
Yeah. But now I definitely think it's important because I don't want to put that type of time or energy.
So I care now because I'm married. So that changes things, right? So
definitely.
I married the family as well. So I believe in that. Like if I'm marrying a woman, I married the family. So now, and I ain't gonna lie, her parents ain't really like me at first, you know what I'm saying? But now they stuck. right? So now, like, we work to like each other, and it's come a long way. Like, it's progressed. It's like just like the marriage, you got to work at it. You know what I'm saying? But that's the only time I care, because to be honest, if I ain't married to you, there ain't no bonds, there ain't no ties. Like, shit can change, stuff happens, people grow apart. Like, you was cute yesterday, you're not now. Like, shit happens, right? And so I think, like, I used to hate that when I was younger. I'd get with a girl, and then I had to break up the family too, because they might have a cool ass brother or a cool ass uncle. And you're like, damn, I can't even see him. Like, I'll tolerate it for a little bit longer, and then you let it go. But that you outgrow that type of stuff, though. At least I did. You know what I'm saying? So I think it just depends.
And something that you said that stuck out really, like, was that when you marry someone, I think the level of relationship that you're at definitely plays a part, right? Because when you marry someone, like he said, you marry their family. So you gotta like them. You gotta know if you can deal with them. Like, I would just want to say shout outs to Side Panel, shout outs to this panel, shout outs for the Side Panel putting this episode together for us. I don't know where our sound effects are today. I don't know what's going on over there. They'll be back next week. I promise I'll be back in the building. I'll have control over that. But I just want to say, like, I know she be having a difficult time sometimes with my family, because my family's a little different. I got a lot of branches on this tree. And she got to deal with all of them, and she got to love them all the same. And you got to respect them all the same as well. So that's a little hard at times. You know what I mean? Because it's, one, not your common family dynamic. And then two, there's a lot of branches on this tree, and you just got to roll with it. So I just want to say that's a hard thing to do. Especially, like, when it's a lifestyle, like, I live an alternative lifestyle, right? So it's different for my family. They never seen me live an alternative lifestyle. What if one of my family members feel like, well, you turned her out or something? You know what I mean? How does that work? And so you being this person and having to stand in this light, that puts a lot of pressure on you to be able to sit here and say, like, for instance, my mom is super religious. So according to the Bible, it says that alternative lifestyles aren't necessarily cool. She might really have that opinion about my relationship, but because you love me, you won't love the person that I'm with, or you won't respect my relationship, and you won't love who I love because I love them, and so on and so forth. And I don't expect nothing less. So I don't know where I was going with that, but I was just saying.
Telling your story. Telling your story.
Like that, right?
Yes. Everybody's going to be respectful in this situation, no matter what. That's my whole thing. You know what I mean? Respect me, respect my relationship, respect my partner, respect my decisions. In-law, not in-law. My person's in-laws, all that good stuff. So, we ain't jacking none of that. So now I think it gets a little technical here. If your children just like your partner, how do you handle it? So this was the part about this topic that was like, I thought everything was like, no, I don't care about what nobody else say, nobody else think. I'm going to move how I want to move. But if
this is the game
children.
Yeah,
the children is the game.
I hope I'm never in this position.
Yeah, this the game changer. I
remember being that kid. Like, I was that kid before. Like, Mom, I don't like him. I don't like him. How old were you? You know, for a reason. And
How old were you when you were going through this?
Maybe about like 11, 12.
I think when I was going through this, Quentin, when I was also that kid, and when I was going through this, I was probably about the same age, like 10, 11, 12. I didn't like certain people.
One of my good friends is going through something similar with a relationship where the kids are older, they're not young, right? And so other fathers.
How old are they?
They're like between 8 and 12, right? So they're older, not old.
Opinion, yeah.
So they're right. They've developed a lifestyle, an opinion, an expectation of time and commitment from their mom and whatever. And so I think it's a little harder to win those kids over if the mother doesn't do a good job of alignment, right? Aligning a man that fits in the family mold, which is hard to do. However, if the children are young, well, you have time to build that dynamic. And shape it.
Agreed.
So it's a little different. So I think it depends on when the kids get in. If it's older kids, you already know you're in for a workout. But if my 4-year-old doesn't like you, all right, something's off, right? Like kids are too innocent. So
Yeah, I agree. My daughter is 5, so
yeah,
like
she
if
don't
she
like
don't
somebody.
like you.
And
It's
the thing is, you're not going to bring someone around that
exactly.
she
That's
wasn't
another
like.
thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've introduced my daughter to one woman that I've ever dealt with, and it was like a 20-minute type of thing, and it was just she wasn't feeling the vibe. So sorry.
Okay, so the thing with little girls though, how old is your daughter, Greg?
She's 9 now. She's about to be
Okay,
10.
so the thing with little girls though, they be real territorial over their dads though. Like I'm not even gonna lie. They see like Rose's still territorial over her dad. She like, what? I don't like you now. I don't know who you are.
I love my stepmom, but everybody before my stepmom, they had to fucking go.
Absolutely. No. So I definitely was, again, Quentin, I was that kid. But when it comes to my kids, so I have a 15-year-old and he's like super lovable. And who said
15-year-old what?
Boy.
Okay.
He's a 15-year-old boy. And then I have almost a 9-year-old, she'll be 9 in March, girl. And so she's the one that's more like territorial,
of course,
over everything.
She relies
dad don't matter. She's like, what's up? Who you? What's up? I'm pulling up. And my son is more like go with the flow type of guy. So he's gonna be cool as long as you cool. When you show you ain't cool, he's not gonna like you anymore. So I think it depends on the type of children you kind of have. Like you gotta know your kids a little bit. Like, are they super territorial? Like, what's the reason why they don't like your partner? So on and so forth. You got to have those kind of conversations and discussions. I would never dismiss how my children feel though about the person that I'm dealing with. If my kids don't like you, then guess what? I don't think we could be serious. We can't move forward because they are super big and a prominent part of my life and my lifestyle. So even with, I'm gonna tell y'all a quick story. Like with my relationship, when it came down to me dating side panel, and my kids were like questioning, like, well, how does this work or what's going on? I was very fearful of how they were going to take it because I didn't want them to say something like, I don't really want this to be the case. What if, this is wrong? My son is heavily like into Christianity as well. So I didn't want him to be like, Mom, you're going to hell. Like, how's that going to work out? You know what I mean? I don't want you to think I'm going to hell. But at the same time, son, like, this is my decision. So if I'm going to hell, then put gasoline draws on me. But I'm going to hell.
I have a question for you with that. So, like, did you have a conversation with them prior to introducing her to your kids? Or, like, how was that set up for you?
So anybody who is on Hush Your Mouth, welcome to Hush Your Mouth. If you don't know the story, this is it right here for the probably 15th time on Hush Your Mouth. So my partner knew my children before I knew my partner.
Okay.
Right? My partner works in the school system, was definitely a part of their lives in the school system. We met each other in the school when I was just checking up on my badass son. And it just was, it was cool from there. We developed a friendship, and during our friendship, they were cool. But then when it started to get a little serious, my daughter was the only one who wasn't really catching on in the beginning. You know what I mean? She was kind of like the one that was like the first time that we had date night, that I guess we made it official because I was told like, oh, no, this is our date. Like, we're in a relationship, that type of thing. So she was like, oh, well, how you on a date with, side panel? Like, how does that work? And she's at this time, she's 7. So I'm like, oh, we got to talk about it later. Like, because I didn't even know how to answer her in that moment, and so on and so forth. But like, you can't tell her nothing. Like, that's her dad. Like, to her, like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't tell her nothing about her, and that's just what it is. So I'm very grateful that I have children that are receptive to this lifestyle, because it could have definitely been the other way around, and I don't know. I'm not going to say that would have necessarily changed things, but I really don't know how that would have really impacted the relationship. Like, how far would we have been able to go?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
That's
I hope I answered your questions, guys.
Damn.
Rose, why you say damn, girl?
Take a deep breath and say damn.
That's a waiting to exhale moment. She was waiting to exhale.
Take a deep breath and everything.
When it comes to the kids, it's just so much. It's so much deeper than like your parents or like, you know. It's once your kids meet your partner and y'all establish that it's like y'all family for real, regardless of like how anybody on the outside may feel about it. That's your own little separate family. Might not be biologically, but yeah.
I love it.
So I don't know if my kids were to not like a partner, I just don't. Especially like if I was already in love, like I'm in love, head over heels, just like, you know, I don't know, I'd probably cry.
You have to.
I would go in my room, lock the door, and I'm
If you don't want to be chosen,
yeah.
Like, how do you choose between your kids or your partner?
Wouldn't it depend on what the reason was?
Kids to feel like that, yeah.
What you say, Quentin?
I said, wouldn't it kind of depend on what the reason was? Like, it'd be one thing if it's something that like you can maybe teach and educate them on. If it's something that's like fundamental to them, like for example, your son and his religion, that's a little harder conversation to have than it would be if, well, I don't like him because he's not fun. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
well,
it depends.
I think it depends on like how you raise your kids as well.
True.
Like,
yeah.
I think this more comes from like the how could I say it? And like,
say it.
The disrespectful, outspoken kids be like, oh, I don't like it. Like me, right. I told y'all I was in that position before, but I kind of never voiced it to my mom. Like, oh, I don't like him. I don't like him, you know, because I was respectful and I seen that my mom was happy, you know. But I feel like to a certain extent, like the kids that are like, oh, I don't like your man. I don't like your man. It's more so like the, you know, like
it's
y'all get what I'm getting at?
It's a product of the environment.
Yep.
Yeah.
Product of the environment. Like your kids should be raised where they're not outspoken in front of your partner. If they have something to say,
yes, pull me to the side.
Yes, I've been in situations where little girls have gone to their mom like, "Mom, can I talk to you in the room?" And they go up, have their quick conversation, come back down, and the mom explained to me whatever happened. Like she may not be comfortable or something I said that offended her, anything like that, and I'm okay with that because that's more respect to me than a little girl just coming up to me that don't know me. I'm not your dad. Don't speak to me any type of way. Like, go to your mom, tell her how you feel, and then your mother and I can have a conversation. But I feel some type of way when younger men or women are just like outspoken and just say what's ever on their mind. Like, you kind of got to have like a filter.
Because I'm going to correct your child.
I'm a teacher. That's my job. That's my job. I'm definitely one to educate a child. Like, you got to stay in the child's place. Like,
my baby, well, like I said, she's 5. She'll be 6 next week. But like, we don't I've kind of raised her to speak her mind. My baby's a sweetheart, though. She's not disrespectful. She's not going to get wild. I mean, she's only 5 going on 6. But I feel like if that does come up where my daughter doesn't like somebody that I'm dating, like, I think she would probably say that in front of the person. Like, that's just how we have our communication set up. Like, whatever's on your mind, I need you to let me know right there in the moment. And it's just like, that's how I approach a lot of situations. Like, if I'm wrong or something right there in the moment, let me know. But when it comes to her, like, if she is not feeling somebody and more than likely she's going to tell me, like, right there and then. Like, she's not going to pull me to the side. And it might be because of her age. Maybe y'all are talking about, like, older kids.
Yeah, they were
right now, with her being 5, she's not pulling me to the side. And Layla's going to tell me how she feel when she feel it. It's just, and I'm not going to say, baby, no, you can't tell me that, because I don't want to shut her down when she feels like she's expressing herself. Because then we're working on another issue. Now she feel like she can't express herself. So for me, if she's not feeling it and she tell me right there and then, it just is what it is. Like, and don't correct her, because then I'm going to have to correct you.
Mm.
We're gonna be arguing then. So now
It just is what it is. It just is what it is.
What? We're gonna have some boxing gloves because we're going at it. Like what? Let's go.
This is what
I'm
it
looking
is.
through the topics. I'm looking through the comments. They're saying Slick was losing them. Exactly. He needs to have a conversation. He's right. He's telling the jewels, LOL. This is Slick. But men be fronting too to make you feel good. Some moms will play along. I've definitely seen that. Yes, they do. I've definitely seen that. I've definitely seen moms that play the game. I don't like that.
Hell yeah. My ex's mom used to play along real good.
My mom is that mom.
Home.
My mom is that mom. She definitely plays. She plays a whole
nother. Yes, been dickmatized and believe dumb shit for sure. Oh my God, Rose, you live in York. And you that dear Farmer Street you live on. I need to meet you.
Wait, what they say?
Rose, they shooting, they shot at you, girl. They said, damn, you live in York, you too fine.
They fired that thing.
He trying to meet you.
Exactly.
He trying to meet you, girl. He shooting his shot.
Oh, they Steph Curry's out here. They shoot from long distance. Line.
They said, what's up with the what's up?
Yeah.
Wait,
no, hush your mouth, guys, in the comments. She's taken. All right. Yes, I never had family that like me that I don't know, that are not like me that I know. It may other me, but as long as my man fine, I'm fine. Bother me. Sorry, guys. So yeah, I definitely think that children definitely trump parents. Your parents just not like them.
Agree.
Sure, no question.
Agree.
Nobody's disagreeing with the parents.
No.
So I think we kind of answered this a little bit, but it's the fifth question, and we're gonna head out after this. Does your family's approval have an effect on your happiness in your relationship reaching its fullest potential? So, I mean, we talked about ultimatums. We talked about the, them speaking out on not, disagreeing with your decisions and who you choose to date or so on and so forth. But does their approval really affect your relationship, maybe meeting its full potential? So I'm going to have to say it can. And I'm going to say it can because
I agree.
If, let's say you want to get married, to not have your parents there, to not have a certain family member there that just doesn't agree, like, especially like, so Rose, you spoke about your family member that you just was like, I'm not jacking that. Like, that's just not a decision.
I ain't going to that wedding.
You wasn't going?
I ain't going to that wedding. Mm-mm.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna have to say that I'm gonna go. I'm gonna stick beside you. You know why? Because that's my position in your life. Exactly. When you fall down, I'm supposed to be here to pick up the pieces for you. That's my position in your life, regardless of your decisions. I'm not gonna never let nobody else make me less than 100. So that's me. I'm gonna always be the person that I need to be for you, and I expect the same thing in return. Like, my decisions may be my decisions, but you gonna let me fall flat on my face by myself and not be there to help me pick up.
But see, we already talked about this. That situation, that's a little bit.
So she's like, that situation, I'm dead ass. She's like,
I had abuse with it. So yeah, I get that.
Yeah, I ain't going to that wedding.
So she said,
I'm not going
either.
Mediocre situation, like, yeah, I ain't feeling my homegirl's man, but I'm her bridesmaid, like that type of situation.
Yeah, that's how it was. Definitely. Like, me and my twin sister, like, her husband, he grew on me. They've been together for decades plus. So, like, just his quirkiness grew on me. So now that's one of my homies. So when they did get married, I was in the wedding. Had an amazing time. Like, I was in the wedding, looked stylish, chilling, like, and it was a good time. But he grew on me over the years. But when they first started, I was like, I don't know about this one. You done pulled some home, and I don't know about this one. So, and I wouldn't expect you to say anything about mine, like, unless we're about to get married. If we're in that marriage stage, then I need my family, not their approval, but I want to talk to my family to get their point of view, see how we can move forward, because you are marrying the Williams family. We are not the the most sane people in the world. So you might want to buckle down because you're going for a ride. So, and then like you said, I have a lot of branches of my family. Like my family extends from here all the way to North Carolina, South Carolina, like states in between. So when we all get together, it is a huge affair. It's a huge affair. Before COVID, family reunions every single July 4th. That weekend, we're meeting in a different state. We will move state to state. So if you're with me and you meet that part of my family, that's a statement. Like, I don't bring people around my family like that. So when I do, and then that relationship doesn't work out, it makes it so much harder for the next woman. Because I don't want.
I think I'm the opposite. If we're talking marriage, like if we're marriage point, I don't give a fuck who approve, who don't approve. We can go to the justice of peace tomorrow and don't mom, sister, brother, aunt gotta be there.
That's real.
If we talk marriage, I don't give a fuck who's there, who supports, who doesn't. It's me. At the end of the day, once we take a certain vow, it's us till death. And that's that, because I don't believe in divorce. So it's definitely us till death.
Yeah.
And that's it.
I'm that type of person too, though. Like
negotiation. Nah, we not.
Some people like might think like, oh, like I don't want to get engaged without my family being there. I don't want to be married without my family being there. I don't give two fucks about whether they're there or not. This ain't got nothing to do with them, because they ain't saying till death do them part or none of that other shit that they saying before God. I mean, they ain't saying that. So I don't care whether you're there or you're not. Sorry for the people in the audience. I love y'all. Hush your mouth, family. Thank you for supporting us each and every Tuesday and Thursday at 8:15. But you ain't gotta support me at my wedding, because I'm gonna make it like I'm the person that's accepting these vows. Your approval, whether you were there, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really
agree.
I agree.
And my relationship is still going to reach its fullest potential, because you know what? Whatever
because you wanted to.
But because whatever I put into this relationship,
you have to.
Is what I'm going to get out.
Intentional.
Yes.
I'm going to put in 100
intentional
because I'm 100. But if you were there or you're not there, my relationship still going to be at 100. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just not going to change anything. Quentin, was everybody at your wedding?
No, actually, it was interesting because ours was like right around the COVID. So I've only been married for like a little over a year. But it was interesting because we initially had a huge guest list, and then we actually had to go through the painful process of being like, all right, who are we going to knock out of here? Because we can't have that many people. So then it's like, oh, shit. Well, you have 150 guests. I only have 75. So let's start with yours, right? So you get into these weird situations. But in reality, what's more important is that day, honestly, for me, in my opinion, was that day and my wife, because I could have went to the justice. I didn't give a damn, but it meant a lot to her. So we did the whole 9, right? You do everything. And, so it was more important she had a good time. And in the end, that the people that mattered to her were there, because I got the pride. I got my wife. I'm married. That's okay.
I got some of my boys there. We going to drink. We good. We good. We good on this side.
Yeah, that's so no, but I wouldn't have cared as much as she would have, but that's because how she's raised. She's raised in the church, raised in a very family-oriented upbringing, so it would be more painful. To me, I wouldn't have mattered so much because I grew up in a whole different environment, moved around a lot, single parent, wasn't tight to a lot of my family. The family that I was tight with, the ones I lived with. So, and then when you live with family, you unfortunately get to see sides of them that you don't want to see, right? So the truth of it is I'm a little more callous to people in general and to relationships. I'm a little hardened, so it would matter much more to my wife who was there and who wasn't there than with me. As long as my mother and the people that are in my inner circle were there, I'm good. My kids and stuff. So that's how I feel.
That's exactly how I feel. I don't need no big guest list. I need my mom, my dad, my sisters. Obviously, my brother's always watching, and my frat brothers and my core friends. That's about
frat brother. Who frat?
I'm Phi Beta Sigma.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Y'all throwing up gang signs on my show?
No, these are fraternities.
Y'all throwing up signs. I'm like,
shout out to the Crimson and Cream though.
Yeah, what you know?
I'm a Delta.
Oh shit! Oh, but I mean, yeah, we ain't. I mean, you like our colors and everything, but you
Yeah,
probably.
I said crimson and cream. Hey,
what's
hey.
Crimson and cream.
Okay?
How you spell crimson and cream? You spell with a K, right?
Whoop.
All right.
Look, me and Rose over here like ski.
Oh no, I know. I went to a 4-year university. I know.
But okay. So someone in the comments said, okay, well, you always want your parents' blessing if you want to take the next step, which is marriage. That's important. It's a rite of passage, right? Yep. And so someone else says, yes, I'm meeting Rose. She's really smart. I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Rose.
Like,
You done mesmerized this boy.
What did you say now?
The man is trying to take you on a date.
Is that the same person?
Yes, girl, he's on it. He's DMing you after this, okay? He's DMing you after this.
Most of the times when parents didn't give their blessings, it doesn't work out to be a happy marriage. I don't think that that's true. I mean, I get what you're saying probably in the old days, but that's not how like life works now in 2022. I might still be happy regardless.
I don't know about that because it was important for my wife's parents to like me. I didn't give two fucks, but
to your wife, it was important.
It was important for my wife, and it was important for her. It was important to her that her parents liked me, and they initially didn't. So like I was willing to put in the work, and like I said, they didn't like me because they didn't know me, right? So once they got to know me, obviously now her mom's making me juice and all types of crazy stuff, but that was cultivated. It wasn't the grass is green on the other side, so I'm gonna go over there. Now my grass was yellow. I had to water it. It got green, and now I can live here. So
that was a good one.
That was a good one.
Now, I'm gonna say this. Now I said, my mom, she is who she is, but relationship wise, she's never not liked anybody else for a home. Friendship wise, and anybody she's always said is a snake, was going to do this, was going to do that. They've done that. Anybody she didn't like, they've done exactly what she said they were going to do. So I do think if she was to tell me like, Tay, you know what I mean? I'm not feeling you with him. I don't like who you are when you're with him. I don't like this and that about your relationship. I might take it into consideration. Maybe.
You at least listen. Listen.
Okay, I'm gonna throw a little question in there in a minute before we head out because I always have a little question in here. But if you have a great relationship with your family, you will be disappointed that they are not there. You will feel it. Okay.
Yeah, that seems sad though. That does seem
it's
sad.
In the Bible, and I will send you the scripture. They starting to talk the Bible in my comments.
Oh, they put the Bible. Everybody's not religious.
Yes, everybody's not religious, so you can't use that because the Bible doesn't stamp everything for everybody, guys. So I want you guys to always keep that in mind, hush your mouth.
I mean, I believe in God, but everybody's not religious.
Agreed. It depends on how you were raised. So now my cliffhanger is kind of like, I kind of forgot what it was because I had it. I shouldn't have did that. Somebody saying Greg in the comments. Hold on. I do have a cliffhanger though. I really do. I forgot what it was for 2 seconds. So give me 2 seconds.
That's right.
She's really smart. I forgot. So we just went out.
Back to what you were doing when you thought about it.
Yeah, I don't remember. I was reading the comments and y'all was talking. But
I'm for the extra question, you gotta remember.
I can't remember it, guys. I've been drinking since 8 o'clock in the morning. Don't judge me. So my life is just a little different today on this Hush Your Mouth. But okay. This is what it was. And thank you for my little ticker at the bottom. So the conversation was always loyalty over love. So who are you being loyal to if you choosing? There, this is where we're going with that one. Loyalty over love. Who you being loyal to? or who you loving? Are you loving your family or your partner? Or are you being loyal? So we chose this specific way to word it, loyalty over love, because to me your family is always going to really love you, but are you going to be loyal to your partner? Because loyalty is something that doesn't really waver or be swayed, you know what I mean? But are you supposed to have a certain level of loyalty to your family as well? So this is like
I think you got to start out by it's a crazy question, because I think you can't love somebody else if you don't love yourself, if you ain't loyal to yourself. So when you start accepting people for their bullshit, or convincing yourself that you like somebody that you're going to tolerate, you're not being honest and loyal to yourself and loving yourself. But if you love yourself and you loyal to yourself, it falls in place because you don't tolerate bullshit, and what you feel for somebody is real. You ain't faking yourself out like, oh, I like them because they dress nice, so I'm going to be in love with them. No, I don't work like that. So I think as long as you're true to yourself, all that will guide itself. You know what I'm saying? It'll just fall into place. But that's just my opinion, though.
Okay, I like that.
I'm going with him on
coming
that.
out tonight with that fire.
I'm going with him on that.
Okay, is that all you got to say? Because I know you be having stuff to say.
It's tough in a sense, but okay, let me say this. If my partner showed me a certain loyalty beforehand, before any of this was even the case, I'm showing that back. Mm-hmm. And that's without a question, without a doubt, I'm showing that back. I don't care who don't like what. No, I can't say I don't care. But
so let's say the person,
I would Rolodex it.
So real quick, do you tell the person that your parents don't like? Or Quentin, in your position, did your wife tell you that her parents didn't like you? Like, how did you know your grass was yellow? Like, did that conversation ever come up? Do you tell the person, like, hey, my people don't really like you like that? Like,
absolutely. So initially when I met my wife, she didn't even want to tell her parents about me because they're so judgmental and like they're very religious, and so she. But me, I'm like, man, you either tell them I don't care, it ain't going to impact me, you know. So I didn't really care, so I didn't press her. So but she
prepped you.
Yeah, she told me, so they're tough, and she says they judge everybody that I bring to them. And the fact is, they're super religious, and I'm religious, but I'm nowhere near like to their level. So it was going to be a hard swallow, and especially what they practice. It's a little different than what I practice. So it's just it was interesting. So I knew they didn't like me from the jump. And when you meet somebody, like, I'm older, so when you meet somebody, you can feel the energy, you can feel you can just feel it. And I knew there was tension, but I also knew that it's kind of like a test. Like, well, you got to pass, you can't fail this one. Like you skate around, you had plenty of fun, do all this crazy stuff, but this one you got to pass. Like, you got to work on this, and you can't just throw your hands up. So it was tough because I come from, like, if you don't like me, I don't like you, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? But in this situation, I had to be a little different with it because I cared about the person and she cared about how they felt. And listen, I'm a father and a man, so I've been shoveling shit for a while. So it's just a couple more scoops to make someone happy that I care about. So whatever, deal with it and move on. And so now we have a good relationship. They don't like everything I do. They don't like that I don't go to family worship and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's not to say tolerate me, but we have an understanding. You know what I'm saying? They stay in their lane, I stay in mine, and we like each other. And it's a relationship we continue to build. It ain't gonna be perfect. Like I said, they don't like everything I do, and I don't like and they get a little nosy sometimes. I don't like stuff that they do, but I still give them their respect. I never talk down to them. I never call them out their name. I never disrespect them, but I don't have to like everything they do.
I agree. Okay. I agree. So remember, I said, if my dad didn't like you, you had to go right. Remember, I said that. I think now my dad is a different type of nigga. We gonna put that out there. He's a different type of nigga. There's not too many like them. He's different. So I feel like if I had a man that was like that, like I don't care if your dad don't like me. Like, this is what we, in a respectful way, not a disrespectful way, because I'm not tolerating it. Right. But if he was like, you know what I mean, like, I don't care if your dad don't like me, like, this is what we doing, and he's a keeper.
That's a low key flexy too.
We gotta work some things out. Let's come to this cookout. Say no.
Okay. So, Greg.
I think I definitely agree with Quentin, but I definitely think there can be a balance. If you know yourself, like you were saying, there can be a balance between your love life and your loyalty to either your family or your loved one. Like, there has to be a balance, because if not, then your life is going to be choosy. You're going to have to choose one or the other. So at some point, when you do step into a relationship where it's either serious and going to be long-term, or you're stepping into a marriage, you're going to have to balance out your love and your loyalty. There is no choosing either or. It's going to have to be a balance. And, it may not come overnight, but eventually, like Quentin said, you're going to have to water that grass, hope them flowers grow.
Yeah.
It is just what it is. So there has to be a balance. I don't think there's a choice in this. Eventually, there's going to have to be a balance if you want to sustain your peace of mind.
But Greg, let me ask you this.
Conversations are going to have to be had on both parts.
Let me ask you this. Isn't that life, though? Isn't that managing relationships? Like, it's not just love and loyalty. This is every relationship that you've ever encountered. You have to manage. Because, listen, there's boys that I used to kick it with every day. And then it slows down. It's like, I can't kick it with you no more. But, like, when we get together, it's like nothing fell apart.
Exactly.
So it just, it's a little bit.
It is. It's the way it has to be if you want to continue to live the way you want to live.
Right. That's part of life, managing relationships.
Okay. Yeah. I think I'm super heavy on the fact of, like, once we become serious, like, and we decide to take the next step, like, if we're getting married, we're heading towards marriage, you're now my family. Like, I've created this element with you. I'm going to be loyal to my family. My outside family, like, as far as my parents are concerned or whatever, don't really have that effect. I definitely think that this is my family now, and that's just what it is. Like, I'm going to be loyal to what I got going on and what I have built versus what I was just born into. I definitely want everybody to be respectful and everything like that. That's just what it is for me. I'm going to love you, and if I have to love you from a distance, then that's just what it is.
That is what it is. Yep. I'm an ace at that. I love you right from a distance. Even my family, like, because some of my family is not toxic, but they push my buttons. So now that I'm older and I know that, I have to love you from a distance, because us being around each other is just not amicable for either relationship, either side.
Rock, you ain't answered this one.
I did answer it.
You answered the loyalty over love?
No.
Yes.
No,
yes,
you
did.
No, she piggybacked.
Yeah, maybe I was answered it in my head though.
Yeah,
but,
you was.
I mean, I kind of agree with everything that was said, though. And I mean, there's a balance. Everything is intentional. And I've said this multiple times today. Like, everything is intentional. Like, no, I'm not technically just picking my family. No, I'm not technically just picking my whomsoever my partner is. We're going to have to work at it at the end of the day. But more than likely, I'm going to go with the person that I'm dating. It just is what it is. I mean, at the end of the day, there's certain things that he is going to do for me that my family cannot do for me. And with my partner, we should have a friendship. So like you said, you grow from the friendship into the relationship, and now you're my family. Like, that just is what it is. So, I mean, it's definitely difficult, but
it's something you just got to work at. That's it. Point blank period. So if your partner's family doesn't like you, or you don't like their family, my suggestion to you here on Hush Your Mouth tonight, our suggestion to you guys is to work at it. Try to find a common ground. I'm not saying kiss nobody's ass. Quentin says water the grass. It might be a little yellow. You got to get that shit back to green. Please water it. Shovel a little shit. You treat it like a job. Be professional. All that good stuff. Here on Hush Your Mouth. Y'all already know I'm your girl Corey Dees, aka Lemon Squeeze, aka the Wholesome Hoe, aka the Vessel, aka a whole lot of AKAs in here for you today. I definitely did not say that line in the beginning, but I mixed it up for y'all today. Y'all know y'all can find us here Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8:15. Y'all can also find us at _ENT on Instagram. We now have a Facebook page, so find us on Facebook as well. You can watch our live streams from there. Y'all can always find us on YouTube. Where can they find y'all at? Because Rose, I'm gonna let you go first because they want to find you for real. Because they've been talking about
seriously.
Not topic.
That man say it with your shirt is trying to get at her.
I have Instagram. My personal page is The Real Rose. My business page is Rose Beauty Bar. I'm a beauty bar owner. You know, I beautify the bitches for a living. And yeah.
Okay, shout out to the Rose Beauty Bar, and I want y'all all to head over there and get beautified. So say it on the shirt. And I don't know if you're a male or you're a female, but she beautifies the bitches. So head on over to Rose.
Yeah, go spend some money.
Go spend some money on her.
Okay.
Or whatever. Where can they find everyone else at?
My personal page on Instagram is at Queen of Texture. I have a brand, Mom Slay 2, which is pretty much what it says, Mom Slay 2. And I also have an artist. I'm an artist manager, so follow her, Badass Benzino, on Instagram. She's dropping a project next month, so definitely go follow her.
Okay.
I wish we had our sound effects today. I'm so sorry, guys. It sucks. But shout out to that, Badass Benzino.
Badass Benzino.
Okay, got it. Yep, shout out to the project. I'm gonna definitely download it. Make sure you remind me. Quentin, when can they find you? If they can find you at all, you can say they can find you with this.
Yeah, no, I'm not a brand. I'm just a personality. That's all.
So you can find Quentin with his wife hanging out at morning worship on Sundays. And Greg, where can they find you?
Y'all can find my personal page is 717 G's GEEZ. And then my business page always tatting and doing everything around the city. That is Blue Ink, BLU, no EINK ink, at the tattoos and piercings, anything you need in the city, come holler at me. Harrisburg.
In what city? Okay.
She said, in what city? Because she's coming.
Yeah, Harrisburg. I'm not from New York. I'm not from York. I'm from Harrisburg.
Oh, gosh. Until next time, guys, I want you guys to always remember to speak out or hush your fucking mouth.